We're joined now live with our very own Guy Hagi and Jelani Martinez.
Jeez, it's still packed over there.
It's still packed. Like, you can just see the sea of people. Guys, you know, what is the vibes like? I'll start with you, Guy. What are the waves shaping up like right now in the bay?
Well, I got to tell you, if the surfers were to write down what the perfect conditions would be, today will come pretty close to that, right? In fact, it might even get to be too big. The winds are favorable, you got a nice sunny day, and that swell is getting bigger and bigger and bigger. And it's even exceeding what the computer models are saying. And I gotta tell you, it's definitely a life-threatening situation out there, right?
That's right, Guy. We actually have Honolulu Emergency Services here to talk about some of the calls that they have been responding to, because there is a high surf warning along the North Shore. Right now, I have Honolulu Emergency Services Shane Enright with me. Shane, what have you guys been seeing today?
Thanks for having us. It's been a great, exciting day. The surf definitely showed up, and so did all the people, though. You know, so far it's been an okay day, but we have had some serious injuries. The day started off with a 14-year-old boy falling out of a tree just back over here. He lost consciousness. He had to go to the emergency room with our paramedics treating him, and hopefully and fortunately it looks like he'll be okay. Just in the last hour, though, we had a wave crash on shore near Sharks Cove into a home. It took out a mother, looked to be a grandfather, and a small baby, and the baby actually washed underneath the house. Fortunately, though, and miraculously, none of them suffered any serious injuries, no life-threatening injuries. They all declined transport to an emergency room. So very fortunate case there. Another case just down the road this way, a surfer suffered broken ribs. EMS, Ocean Safety, everybody had to come and evaluate him as well. Again, another case, fortunately, he'll be okay. We've had a lot of close calls. That's all we want them to be. We don't want anybody to suffer anything critical or even worse.
Awesome. Thank you, Shane, for joining us this morning. And we also have Lieutenant Carrie Atwood from Honolulu Ocean Safety. Now, tell us what you're seeing out there.
Well, definitely a spectacular day. We have some really big surf, 20 to 25 foot Hawaiian, record crowd. We've had a lot of challenges regarding our safety. We've had some waves washing into the barriers, knocked some people down. We had a few close calls, but luckily Ocean Safety was on it. We were able to get everybody back behind the barriers safely.
Now, there are thousands of people that have come out here to watch the Eddie Invitational. What are some advice you want to give to the spectators?
I think the number one point that we want to hit home is if you're coming out to watch the contest, make sure you realize that it is a no swim day. Absolutely no recreational swimming today here at Waimea Bay.
All right, thank you so much, Carrie, for joining us this morning.
Thanks, Carrie.
See you at the gym.
Sounds good. All right, well, you heard that. They are just saying there's no recreational swimming today, like they said.
You can hear the crowd roaring. That's because there's another fantastic ride, giant waves rolling in. And keep in mind, we're at, 11:10. According to forecasters I talked to, the waves are only going to get bigger. They could get another notch bigger. We've already had some closeout sets, which means it's unrideable. It goes all the way across the bay. And just like when John won this contest in 2016, we had similar waves, right, closed out the bay. So it's borderline perfect, borderline out of control. Definitely nail-biting stuff. It's incredible.
Nail-biting for sure. I'm in awe.
Yeah.
This is my first Eddie that I've ever been to.
Yeah.
I've lived here all my life, never been to it. First time here.
But it's a spectacle, Jelani. Look, they're thinking 50,000 people. Would you think?
Yes.
Could you imagine that many people crammed into Waimea Bay?
Yeah, crazy. I'm not used to seeing the bay this crowded. I come here, we can pull up a tent anywhere we want, but this is definitely different for me and very surprising.
Now, we were telling everybody and warning them about the traffic and how horrible it was. You guys, what time did you guys drive in? It was actually okay for you guys.
Right, so we left Wahua around at 9 a.m. It was actually smooth sailing until a little bit after Laniakea Beach, where it did slow down, but we were actually expecting traffic to be as far back as Haleiwa. But on our way here, there were people selling parking, and it just got even more expensive as we got closer to Waimea Bay. It went from $20 to $50. But yeah, there's some people that's being dropped off in Haleiwa and biking it all the way down here. There are hundreds of bikes parked up.
And remember, we're talking about both sides of the bay. Coming in from the Turtle Bay area, same amount of people. Like, there's no parking all the way to Sunset Beach. People are walking, as mile as 2.5 miles away with coolers, kids, wagons, and all of that stuff. So, but it's a crazy day. Amazing, isn't it?
Amazing day, definitely. And speaking of parking, there was people actually that's parked all the way down toward the end of Haleiwa. So they walked that far. They either walked it, biked it, or bused it down here. I don't know, but anything to come watch these amazing surfers catch the big waves.
And then we got those poor saps stuck in the studio.
I know,
missing out on everything.
Okay.
We're stuck
you guys
here.
miss everything
I
today.
wore pants today,
I
unfortunately.
know, Kyle's wearing pants.
I
This
know.
is not right. This is not right.
And I just got to tell you, we lined up Jolani to go out on a ski and maybe help with the rescue effort. So that might be much on TV.
Yes!
Oh
I
my
did bring an
God.
extra pair of clothes, so I'm ready for anything.
Yes, Jolani.
Wow, Jelani. Now I'm curious, Guy, you were there for the 2016 Eddie. How does this match up to that one?
I gotta say, I think there's more people. There's
Really?
as much excitement. The surfers are as excited. I talked to 65-year-old Michael Ho. He was getting ready to go out. He was pumped like a little kid. John was stoic. Kelly Slater was stoic. Makuakai Rothman, he's got a knee injury, but this means so much to him that he bands it up, put a brace on, and he's going out there. Billy Kemper, 4-time Jaws champion, got a cut under here that required stitches from the backdoor shootout. Stitch it up, went back out. So he's out there as well. So it's just an amazing day to be out here.
And speaking of the people, yes, there are thousands of people here. Definitely, some came prepared for the tent. They got cooler, extra food. Others, not so much. And I'm trying to avoid drinking a lot of water because the lines for the restrooms are crazy.
Yeah, it is.
Guy,
But thanks to the city, they kind of favored some stuff. So.
Yeah, we saw the footage of the porta potties and just the sanitary things for everybody. But Guy, back to surfing. You guys are out there. You were watching the contest. Who has kind of impressed you, or who has kind of racked up the scoreboard so far as waves goes so far today?
You know what? To be honest with you, I haven't watched as much of the surfing as I wanted to. But I know John caught a bomb. Koa Rothman, he was a little rattled, because he was in the morning when it wasn't quite as clean. Who else did really well? Mark Healy. Mark Healy caught some bombs earlier today. He came in smiling. I think Ian Walsh did pretty well as well. And we're talking about a who's who of big wave surfers, and they were waiting for this day. Everybody was prepared. I'm waiting to see how the Wahine perform. Kiala Kinnelly, Paige Alms, Justine DuPont, all those women here making a statement on behalf of the women and big wave riding.
I'm excited to see that too.
Wow.
Definitely cannot wait for that. Yeah.
I can't wait for that too. No. Appreciate you guys for being out there. Kyle and I are definitely jealous.
We are.
Surprisingly. We're just stuck in this really hot room.
Yeah, it's
That's
pretty
so
just
toasty.
stuffy, the two big boys in this small studio.
I know, exactly. Very jealous of you guys. Thank you guys so much. We're going to continue on our coverage, get some more live hits with Jelani and also Guy. But appreciate you guys so much. Go soak in the sun. We will talk to you guys later.
Enjoy it.
All right, bye.
See you guys.